Good morning, listeners, and welcome to Scariff Bay Community Radio. Today we're doing an outside broadcast, and we're coming from the Trading Post in Tuamgraney. This is Saturday the 14th of May, and we are broadcasting on 88.3 and 92.7 FM and on the website and on the TuneIn app. So you're very welcome to join us for the next 2 hours. My co-host is Carol McNamara, as usual. Good morning, Carol.
Good morning, Geraldine.
And we have Luke doing our technical stuff here. Good morning, Luke.
Hello.
Hello. And we have lovely guests for you this morning because Tuamgraney is holding its Harp Festival this morning. And to tell you a little more about that, we have Manus Maguire.
Good morning, Geraldine.
Good morning, Manus. You're very welcome.
Yeah, the Harp Festival has been going now for 6 years. Originally it was called the Harp Festival, set up by Lizzie Fulter. And Lizzie has moved on to Ballinasloe in the last year or two, I think. And so now we call it the Tuamgraney Harp Festival. And we're delighted this year to have both Anne-Marie and Catriona, Anne-Marie O'Farrell, Catriona McKay, both as lead instructors for the workshops that are about to happen in about 20 minutes time. Great stuff. They're both teaching in at the VEC, 2 doors down from where we are now. And later on today, then there'll be the harp builders who are already in that building in the VEC displaying their harp ware. They'll be in the afternoon. They'll be doing a Q&A over at St. Cronan's Church from 2 to 2:45. And I'll be chairing that, where there's questions and answers. Not just that, but comments about their harps. And so that's for a lot of young people getting an interest in harp. To see the harp builders and what they do is really informative. And then that brings it up to 2:45. And then at 3 o'clock there's competitions, both solo and group. And both Anne-Marie and Catriona will be adjudicating that from 3 till about 5. There's a little break then in proceedings, well-earned break. Yeah. And then tonight, a gala concert over in St. Joseph's Church at 8 o'clock.
And
both harp instructors will be sorry?
Do they have to get tickets for the concert?
I think the way it is, Geraldine, is the people can just come up and at the door, as it were. Okay. But if people want to, they can go on the festival website, Tuamgraney Harp Festival
IE.
Yeah.
And they can get it that way either. Most people will come along, I think, at the time.
Lovely.
That's the way we do it in Ireland.
Yes, nice and casual.
Nice and casual, yeah. But the 2 harp instructors will be the main guests at the concert tonight. But there's also concertina and fiddle workshops going on this morning. Mm-hmm. Rebecca McCarthy-Kent is doing fiddle. Susan Coleman is doing concertina. And they'll both be playing in the concert. I'm going to play a few tunes myself with Marika Naito, a Japanese fiddle player.
Lovely.
Who now lives in Galway, not too far up the road. And Alan Hogan, local man across the road, he's going to sing a few songs. And there's harp ensembles as well. There's a lot of harp music.
Great.
Which is only right.
What a weekend ahead of
Absolutely.
us. And can I just say before we introduce our guests, I believe you knocked out a few tunes last night and you had a lovely informal start to the weekend.
It was lovely over at Newlands.
A bit of a session.
Yeah. But just before you go on to the ladies, Sunday then, tomorrow, we shouldn't forget Cleena Donnellan is doing a very interesting workshop in the afternoon, again at the VEC, and people can come into that. It's free to come into. And the actual title of that is Minding Your Music.
Right.
And the wellness, as it were, and how to keep well while performing, in music and at a professional level.
Yes, fantastic.
Great.
Minding yourself in music. So that'll be very interesting. Cleena Donnellan from 3 to 5 tomorrow.
Great. So will we hold back on the news, Carol, or will we and interview the girls and let them go?
Yeah, because they're doing workshops.
Yes.
Yeah.
So
if you can.
We're delighted to welcome these 2 wonderful ladies who are masters at their art, Anne-Marie O'Farrell and Catriona McKay. Sorry, you told me that beforehand and I'd forgotten it. You're both very, very welcome to Scariff Bay Community Radio. Tell us, Anne-Marie, what are you looking forward to in your workshop today?
I'm dying to see the young people and see what tunes they'd like to do, and I'd say we'll probably have a bit of a range of young people. I think so. When I meet them, I'm looking forward to showing them a few tunes by ear. Again, coming back to the wellness, helping them kind of sit well with their instrument, so they don't have any aches or pains or little niggles, or they don't need a physiotherapist before their time. and just sharing the joy in music. It's just so great to be here.
Standard, and Marie, aren't they, to join your workshop? They're not absolute beginners.
I think Catriona and I are getting maybe a mix of intermediate and more experienced players. So we're going to go with the flow. We're going to arrange it so that they'll get a bit of time with each of us. Because the morning will fly, but it's lovely for them to get a taste of each of what we can bring to it.
Absolutely. And I heard you say that you flew in from Manchester.
Yeah, that's right. I'm based there now. I teach harp in the Royal Northern College of Music in Manchester just since the beginning of the year. Yes. So it's been a big and very exciting change, and such a joy to be back here, to be soaked in the tradition of East Clare and bring some harping to it.
I am going to show my absolute ignorance now, because what I know about harps could be written on the back of a postage stamp, but I do believe there are lots of different types of harp. So you play a particular...
Yeah, I play the Irish harp. That's what I'll be playing this evening, and that's what I'll be teaching today. And in Manchester, I'm teaching primarily pedal harp, which is the big one used for orchestra. Yeah.
What's the difference between an Irish harp and a pedal harp?
Well, an Irish harp has these fabulous levers, a lever on each string for getting your semitones. So it's a bit like getting the black notes on the piano. So on the Irish harp, it's completely sort of manual, just done with your hands. But on the pedal harp, you do it all with your feet. Slightly different design, but you can play loads of kinds of music on each type of harp, and that's something that's kind of nowadays just really exciting to explore, isn't it, Catriona? Just pushing the boundaries out and showing them that there's so many different things you can do with the instrument.
Catriona McKay, you're very welcome, Catriona, all the way from Scotland.
Yeah.
You're very welcome. Have you been to East Clare before?
No, this is my first time to East Clare, and it's beautiful. I had a really lovely journey yesterday in the sunshine.
Yes, it was a nice day.
Beautiful.
Yeah, So what are you looking forward to in the workshop today?
Oh, well, as Anne-Marie said, just meeting everybody. Let's see what we can create together. Yeah, it's always very exciting. I think it's a little bit nerve-wracking maybe as well when you think of turning up to a workshop, but the harp community is really friendly, and myself and Anne-Marie have known each other a long time, and we in fact met at a workshop all these years back, so we know the beauty of these occasions where if you just take that step forward, and you might meet someone and have a lifelong friendship just like ourselves. So it's about the music, but it's really about meeting people and sharing music and a lot more, really.
Yeah.
Catriona, can I ask, sorry to interrupt you, Geraldine, can I ask you a little bit about your journey into learning the harp, and what interested you in it, and why did you choose the harp as an instrument?
Well, my story, I've found, is the story of many, and I just had this idea that I wanted to play harp. Yeah, it was just an idea that I had, and I had to stick it out, I had to wait a wee while until I got my chance. But you hear that story from many people. It's an internal longing. I just had this,
Would you have been exposed to much harp music before you decided that was the instrument for you?
Well, yes and no. I suppose I lived in quite a world that I managed to either create that for myself or find that out. I'm saying that, but what I mean is my mum was a ballet teacher, and the harp is quite a magical instrument, so it kind of fits in with that. I was dancing mad and burling around, and that whole idea of that for me is harp as well.
Yeah.
And my dad was a folk singer, so he was very much promoting the Scottish harp.
Yes.
So of course, that was my way in there. Eventually.
And you're in, I don't know if you both, but you certainly do composition. Do you both do composition?
Yeah, we do both. Yeah.
So so it must be, because I was listening to, which I hope we'll play, your Swan Lake, your piece, which is based on a Shetland fishing boat, is it?
That's right. It's a boat that was built back in 1900 as a herring fishing boat, and there were many like it, but most have disappeared, and this one was restored. It was found in Hartlepool, kind of half sunk in a dock there, and a trust fund was formed, and they brought it back to Shetland and restored it. And it is a special boat. Everybody that goes on it, comes away with a a special moment. I think.
Fantastic.
Yeah.
Fantastic. So we will be playing some of your music when you're not here.
Oh, lovely.
Because we won't be enjoying it at the workshops, but we hope that our listeners in Scariff Bay Radio. So, I mean, you're most welcome to Tuamgraney. I hope you have a wonderful weekend and that it all goes swimmingly well for you. And, you know, I think the sun's going to shine as well, and the village looks lovely, you know.
And that maybe you'll discover some absolutely hidden talent here in Tuamgraney while you're here. Wouldn't that be wonderful? Yeah.
I'm sure we will.
Anne-Marie, just actually to go back to your thing about, you know, the posture that somebody sits at. Well, first of all, I'm thinking, I used to go a good bit to the Willie Clancy week, and I used to marvel at anybody arriving at a session with a harp and the sheer size of it, apart from anything else. So you've got the carrying of it, but the actual playing.
Yeah.
Is there occupational hazards or injuries that come with it?
Well, no, the injuries don't come with it. I suppose it's just good to encourage players of any age and stage to use their body in the way it's designed to be used, and that the ground takes the weight of the instrument rather than your shoulder or your back. So it's just kind of simple little things that people can think about before maybe habits start to form of maybe sitting with a roundy back with a weight on one shoulder. Let the ground do the work for you, and gravity will do the work.
And what do they weigh? What does your harp weigh?
The one I have with me at the moment is 17.5 kilos. I have a slightly smaller one for flying, which is 12.5, and I haven't weighed my pedal harp. So the pedal harp doesn't fly.
Okay.
Yeah.
Doesn't fly.
Oh, okay. Has to go by boat, does it? Just doesn't move.
Yeah, by car, or people organise, you know, sharing and hiring of instruments and that.
Okay.
Is
The
it
big one.
becoming more popular, the harp?
Yeah.
I think so.
Yeah.
Isn't it? Yeah, that's lovely, isn't it? Really good. Yeah. Is it a difficult instrument to learn? In comparison to others?
I don't think, I'm not even sure one instrument is more difficult than any other. I think they all have their own, you know, the fiddle, you have to make your own pitches, and
It's very adaptable, you know. And
Yeah.
I would have thought, you know, I understand why you're asking that, but I think I agree with Anne-Marie. It's very much what you get used to, and after a while, I mean, Anne-Marie would say, for example, that it's an easy instrument to play.
Yes, I know.
But for somebody else, it might be difficult. It's very relative.
Yeah.
But you get used to
Yeah.
your own instrument.
Yeah.
Same with fiddles. Fiddle is
Yes.
very difficult for some people, but you know, other people find it easy. It's just, it's very, as I say, it's very
Personal.
very subjective. Yeah.
Katrina, just in relation to Shetland, I know from Manus you have close connections with playing music in Shetland, whatever. How similar is our music? How similar are the tunes to Shetland music?
I suppose there are many similarities between the traditions. I'm kind of speaking more widely in Scotland and Shetland, and Ireland. Sorry. The music from East Clare, I don't really know so much about the music here.
Yeah, it's a little bit more intricate, I would say. You know, a little bit more ornamentated.
Really?
The music here.
Oh,
here.
yeah.
Yeah. In Shetland music, I know from listening to lots of the Shetland fiddle players, the playing is there's much less ornamentation in it, but the tunes are great, and it was the music that really made me interested in Shetland the first time I went up there.
Yes.
And so there is a difference, but I mean there's a lot of similarities as well.
Yeah.
The interest in the music, there's a tremendous interest in fiddle music in Shetland. And in Ireland there is, but I mean not everywhere. Where I grew up in the northwest in Sligo, there's a huge interest in fiddle music, but there are some parts of Ireland where there's much less of an interest in general, you know.
Yeah. So there's a revival within Shetland, is there, of younger people in the way that...
Oh yeah, but there always is. In Shetland,
it's huge.
It's a continuous...
Oh, yeah. They didn't lose it, maybe.
Turnover, no, it's fantastic, yeah.
Oh.
We were just talking about this last night. It's part of their central part of their education.
Oh, isn't that wonderful?
Really?
Maybe for too long here it's been kind of an after-school thing for an hour, bit of music, and that's okay, but I mean we're getting better at that here, but in Shetland it's always been right there in the middle. It's part of their and so it comes from a different mindset.
So children all learn an instrument or singing or at school, do they?
In Shetland, yeah.
Well, and of course, the nice thing it was just to sit in at the session last night, and you're giving it a go, and you're playing away, and then you let your eyes glance upwards, and then you're relieved because you see a smile coming back at you from the corner.
I should hope they were smiling at you.
Oh, there were a lot of smiles last night, and that's the nice thing. You can turn up and be brave and make a nice connection with people.
Excellent.
Music is the common thread, isn't it?
Well, it's a language. Some people can express themselves better in through music than they can by speech.
Absolutely.
And I would say that applies to a lot of people I know, including myself probably in some ways. Music is the way it's our language.
Communicating, yes.
I'm just going to mention the concert tonight, just in case people haven't got tickets for it and would like to go along. So the Tuamgraney Harp Festival concert tonight, it's starting at
8 p.m.
8 p.m.
in St. Joseph's.
And it's in St. Joseph's in the Catholic Church. And even if you haven't got a ticket, you can come along, Manus says. And it's got a fantastic lineup. Rebecca McCarthy, Kent and Susan Coleman on fiddle and concertina. Our own local across the road, Alan Hogan. The Laois Music Generation on a harp ensemble, Ciara Kilkenny on harp, and then the winner from this afternoon's solo competition. And then there's another harp ensemble with the group competition winner. Then Anne-Marie O'Farrell is going to treat us to recitation of harp, and then Manus and Mariko will play fiddle, and then Catriona McKay will do a piece on the harp, and then there's the group finale with musicians and singers. So that sounds like a great night, and we know the acoustics are good there.
Yeah,
it'll be a lovely evening there.
I think if we speak nicely to Luke, he'll be over there as well.
Are we recording it for radio? Excellent,
so.
For those who
For
don't
our
know.
local radio.
But if you can try and get along there, I think that's and the other thing that I want to say before we go is that obviously some funding is required to keep everything ticking over, and there's a raffle, and there are tickets for sale in Newlands and at the concert tonight. And it's amazing raffle prizes, including vouchers to the value of €1,500 off a Callan 34-string harp and off some other types of harps, and a voucher for Newlands Bar, voucher to our hosts, from our hosts here at the Trading Post, CDs by Buttons and Bows, our own Manus and Seamus Maguire, and CDs by Fiona Niconnell, and champagne and chocolates. What's not to like about that? So, look.
And one other thing, just to mention tomorrow as well, Carol, I mentioned Cleanla's workshop at 3 to 5.
Yes.
There's also an online harp workshop
yes.
at 2 p.m. By Niamh O'Brien.
Oh, yes, right. Where is that on?
Well, it's online.
Sorry,
Yeah,
excuse me.
online.
You just said that. Okay. Where is that on? In your own front room. I'm sorry. But and then tomorrow night, your grand finale of everybody who's involved can breathe a sigh of relief, I'm sure, and sit down and possibly have some beverages or something and some nice tunes in Newlands tomorrow night for the final session tomorrow night. So
I think we better let
them go. I don't want to let them go, but
I'd like them to stay all morning, but if they have to go,
we'll play your music instead. Thank you so much.
Thanks for
having
Thank
me.
you.
Thanks so much,
Enjoy the
Katrina.
weekend.
Thank you. Have a
Bye-bye.
great weekend.
Thank you.
Yeah.
Thanks, Manus. Thank you very much.
We have the news headlines now. Welcome to the Scariff Bay Community Radio News Headlines on the weekend of the 14th and 15th of May 2022. Tuamgraney Harp Festival will continue this Saturday and Sunday with in-person workshops in concertina, harp and fiddle, and minding your music. A beautiful concert will take place on Saturday in St. Joseph's Church at 8 p.m. There's much more, so visit the website tuamgraneyharpfestival.ie/events. Scariff Public Library will have a seed library launch on this Saturday from 11 a.m. to 1 p.m. and are inviting people to drop in and bring a plant to share. It's a family-friendly event with refreshments provided. Contact the library for details. Raheen Hospital Daycare Centre is opening on Monday, the 16th of May. Pre-assessments needed on all persons attending. Retirement groups are welcome. Booking is essential as spaces are limited. Phone the hospital for more information. East Clare Golf Club is starting the Get Into Golf programme for ladies on Monday the 16th for the next 8 weeks. There will be lessons with the PGA Pro Martin Ward. Contact Noreen for information. It's good for the mind and the body being out in the fresh air and socialising with new friends. The East Clare Community Co-op are hosting a fundraising event on Friday the 27th of May from 12 noon to 8 p.m. There will be a jumble sale, raffle, live music, etc. and fun for everyone. All funds will go towards the adult and child subsidised mental health services which are provided at the co-op. For more information, email eastclarecoop@gmail.com. Accord, the Catholic Marriage Care Service, provides marriage preparation courses for couples choosing to get married in the Catholic Church. They are urgently seeking volunteers to be trained as marriage preparation facilitators. If you feel you have good communication skills and are willing to volunteer some time to this team, please email marriagepreparation@accord.ie. Ogunalo Boot Camp exercise class is on every Wednesday evening at the hall from 7:30 to 8:30 p.m. €12 per class and some spaces are now available. Contact Anna McElhenney. The Third Age Charities Fáilte Isteach service is now available in most counties in order to facilitate the improved English language skills for refugees. This service is free and run by local volunteers. To locate the nearest English language class in your location, visit the website thirdage.ie Fáilte Isteach locations. Mount Shannon Arts Festival will run over 2 weekends, the 26th of May and the 6th of June. This year's theme is community. They have a fantastic selection of music, games and workshops, and places are filling up fast, so they recommend early booking. All information on the website mountshannonarts.ie. Alone is the national organisation that enables people to help older people living on their own. If you would be willing to provide companionship or make calls to older people once a week, Alone are seeking volunteers. Full training and support will be provided. If you're interested, please sign up on the website alone.ie/volunteers. Birdwatch Ireland are undertaking a survey of barn owls in Clare this summer, and they are requesting the assistance of the public and landowners to report information on the sightings of the barn owls to help direct their survey efforts. To report this information, visit the website birdwatchireland.ie Barn Owl Survey. Members of the public are being warned not to touch any dead wildlife birds after avian flu was detected in Lough Derg. A dead swan found earlier this month in Wood Park, Mount Shannon, was removed by the Department of Agriculture and Wildlife. So if you see any dead wildlife, contact the Department of Agriculture and they will have it removed. The annual 600k Tour de Munster charity cycle once again share the journey with Down Syndrome Ireland Munster branches. The popular cycle around the 6 counties of Munster is set to take place from the 4th to the 7th of August. For more information, visit www.tourdemunster.com. Ireland's Fittest Family is back. Have you and your family got what it takes to win Ireland's most extreme fitness competition? Now in its 10th series, this year will see the competition be more challenging than ever before. For more information and the link for an application form, visit the website rte.ie Ireland's Fittest Family. Sorry. The search for the best place to holiday in Ireland 2022 have been announced. Wherever your favourite holiday destination is on the island of Ireland, be it a town, village, city, island or distinct region, it has a chance to secure the coveted title of the best place to holiday in Ireland. Anyone can enter by writing a short pitch, no longer than 300 words, stating why you think it should win. Mount Shannon Angling Club presented Lifetime Honorary Membership Award to 2 members, Billy Hickey and Andrew Brown, for services rendered to the club over the years and for their role in promoting angling and works to ensure the ongoing rehabilitation of Loch Derg as a brown trout nursery. With good hatches of fly reported, anglers are pushing out the boats to enjoy this mayfly season. Cathal Crowe TD has welcomed the finalisation of a report into Clare's pyrite issues, stating in no uncertain terms that Clare must be included in the redress scheme. Simon Beale and Associates, based in Ballina, County Mayo, have concluded their report into pyrite in Clare, and in all 10 samples tested, evidence of pyrite has been discovered. The state examinations for Junior Cert and Leaving Cert will be starting on the 8th of June. There have been some changes made to this year's exams, which I'm sure you all know by now. Best of luck to everyone sitting exams this year. And remember, there are lots of options available to you again this year. That's the news headlines. Tune into the main news when we will have an update of these stories and some music. News headlines are compiled by Ursula Hogan and read by Carol McNamara. Thank you for listening and stay safe.
Thank you for that, Carl.